Okay, so to begin, I'm going to be recreating these on a set of press-ons. It's just easier to kind of design it that way. Don't mind my nails. I feel like they look horrible right now and I'm about to do them and I just finished a long day at work. Okay, so for these colors, the only thing I wanted to do, I like the colors of the original design, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit. So I'm gonna be using a combination of these three pinks that I have here in doing the leopard and the pinky pink nail and everything. Instead of going with that bright lime green, I wanted to see how something a little bit more minty would look. And instead of that kind of a soft blue, I want to save that nail for last because I want to know what the other colors look like first before I go like with the traditional blue that's kind of looking exactly like the picture. Or if I wanted to do something that was a little bit more turquoisey, I think that would be prettier, but I want to see what the other colors look like first. So let's just start by painting all the bases of the nails. With a little YouTube magic, we can go ahead and just paint all of that. So I decided to go ahead and go with like a darker navy instead of that like stark black color, and we just changed out the other pink again with the mint. When I started painting everything, I ended up going with the baby blue because that was just better looking than the teal. So now we can move on. So what I have here is just a palette with some colors. I decided to go a little bit more brighter red for this dark nail because I think it'll pop better. And I'm actually gonna go ahead, maybe throw the teal in on that nail as well. And then I have the yellow that's gonna go there. And there's another color. So that's gonna be for that nail. And then let's just go ahead and look at this nail. This is gonna be the bow, which is gonna be the same yellow color. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just add yellow. While I have yellow, I like to just always like anything that has that one color, stick with it so I don't have to sit and worry about cleaning out my brushes. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some yellow. So this was like a tribal type of design. So I have to just be mindful of the shapes change and the length of the nail. And then we have some yellow dots on top of this nail, which I think I'm gonna keep the same thing going as well. So I'm just gonna do some dots. The only thing is, in this picture that they're a little bit like scattered. I like the scatteredness, but I actually learned over the years, I like my dots very like straight because it gives more of a pop effect to the nail. So I'm actually gonna just do it a little bit smaller, closer together, so it'll actually pop more with that pink lip on top. Okay, that just pops so much more because it looks like 3D. So I'm gonna cure that. And then we're gonna repeat the same thing on this nail. Okay, so we have that nail. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure this as well. Okay, I think that is it for most of the yellow. I'm gonna come back to the leopard print. So let's go with a little bit of the, well, since I have my dotting tool, let's go ahead and on these two, we have some gray dots. And I don't know if I'm digging the dot thing because I feel like it's getting like repetitive. I don't know what I want to do on this, or actually, let's go ahead with this turquoise. I think that that might be a good contrast. I'm trying to think if I want to go turquoise or if I actually want to do that navy and throw that navy somewhere, but I think that's going to be like too bold for this nail. So I'm going to go with bigger type of dots on this one in the turquoise. So I'm gonna do like a couple big. And then I'm gonna do some small. A little bit of contrast, I think that's cute. Yeah, different types of dots. Still dots, but different. So let's throw that guy in there too. Everybody's cooking. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this one. Okay, same thing going on this one. Super cute. This is super cute. Okay, this guy. So let's go ahead and put the rest of these lines on this one. So we have this teal color. I hope I measured this out right. I might do it off just because. Let's see. Okay, so we have this one, and it's gonna be off. I have to change it because it's not gonna be coming directly from the middle anymore. Okay, and then for this one, I think I'm gonna just go ahead with the red, and that's it. I don't think I'm gonna add another color. I think I'm gonna just leave it with the 3, so it's a little off as well, like it's not so centered. Okay, so this is what we have so far. So this one is going to be all leopard. Let's knock out these 2 leopard ones before we start drawing other stuff. For this one, I have a deeper pink. One is like leopard and cheetah, and then one is just pink leopard. So I have a really bright pink that I want to put on this nail so it really pops. I wanted, that's what the 3rd color was gonna be in. So just gonna dab it on. Okay, put that in. And then again, this one is only gonna be half, but what I'm actually gonna do is I'm just gonna give it a diagonal slant instead of going like half the nail. I'm gonna kind of slant it a little bit. And then let the other half be the zebra. Okay, so for this one, so anytime you're doing leopard, everybody usually does leopard differently. I like to just use 3 a little, or 2 if it's a small space, little lines over it, just kind of making it sloppy like as you go. Sometimes I'll do 3, sometimes it's 2. What I learned is I actually even just shake my hand. Like that's how I started learning, to just shake my hand like that to give me that irregular pattern, because sometimes it's very hard to learn how to do something when it's an irregular shape. Like irregular shapes are the worst. So I feel like to just make me mess up intentionally, I usually just give my hand like a little wiggle, and that just helps me get a nice little leopard print going on. And then I'll just like throw some other little marks in. Again, still kind of like shaking my hand, giving it a little bit of something. Like I don't want like straight marks. I like it like irregular. So that's more of a leopard that I do now. Put that in. Same thing on this one. And then we have to do some zebra. So the same thing. I'm just gonna do my leopard. And then for zebra, what you like to do is dip your brush into the paint. You want to pick up enough that you have kind of like, oh yeah, I have on gloves, so let me see, kind of like a fat bead, and then you have to release. So I'm going to press and release, and then you press and release, and then I'm going to go opposite against that, press, release, and press and release. So we get a little bit of a zebra pattern going on. Let's knock this bow out real quick. What color we're gonna do this bow? I think this is the color that's next to it. I think sticking with this color is really nice. So same color for the bow. I like this bow. The only thing is I do my bow a little bit different. That one was a little bit like fat and wonky and off. And what I've learned is, okay, same concept of drawing just 2 triangles. So instead of trying to make the bow, I'm gonna do 2 triangles and just fill that in. And I'm gonna drag one down a little bit, and then even if I want to drag it up, depends on the kind of bow you want. And then same thing. Okay, so this one, again, I like to drag it out at the end because then I can get it to match a little bit better. This guy's out. done. So we'll put this here. And this is just so weird. It's like really random ass set of nails. And I don't know, something about, I feel like this is irking me. I have to tie this in. I was never a fan of this nail because it didn't make sense to me. Maybe to other people it makes sense, like it was a really popular design, but I can't make sense of this. So I feel like I'm gonna put some navy somewhere else to do something with this. I don't know. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to kind of just do a little bit of a swoop right here, and I do want to add a dot somewhere. You know what, let's throw a little bit of red into this, and I'm gonna put a little dot right in the middle that is red, so we have red tying in somewhere with that. And then we have these pink lips, but these pink lips are gonna be this shade of pink. So let's make some space for the pink lips. So I'm gonna draw so in doing lips, this is a little bumpy actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put a little bit of top coat because I'm drawing on a lot of bumps and it's not even. So I just want to give myself some evenness to draw on top of. So I'm gonna use some top coat to get into all those like nooks and crannies for me. Okay, so now that that's out, it's just a little bit better to draw on top of. So when you're doing lips, what you want to do is I start with like the letter U. Almost like I'm drawing a big smiley face. And then I'm going to connect the line. Straight across. And then I'm kind of going to give it like an arch. And you want to give yourself space to like spread out and fix stuff. And then I'm gonna draw another little archway, but like halfway through. I'm gonna make like the letter M. And then fill that in. And then the only thing you do now is just go back over this, and then I'm gonna extend it so it's more of a lip shape, like it comes out a little bit, like full lips. And then you have juicy, sexy lips. And sometimes you give it a little oomph. Give her a little oomph. So we're gonna just try to keep those lips on. And then I'm gonna do the same on the other one. Okay, so this is this one. And we have this one. And then lastly, for these two middle ones, we're gonna just take a little bit of everything to make some leopard. Okay guys, these are the final nails. I think they came out super cute. It's a little very different, but the same. I didn't want to change too much, pay homage to the actual nails. I just love the change in the colors. So towards the end, I decided to throw a little bit of pink into this nail. I just needed it to do a little bit more. I think the navy instead of the black is a nice contrast, and I tried to throw the navy in a little bit wherever I could. I feel like the outline, I don't know, something about an outline that's just like mad dramatic for me. I love it. And I felt that it would kind of tie it in. Throwing this pink too connects this. I feel like nails don't need to match. They don't need to match, but it needs to make sense. And it wasn't making sense. And now that I have a little bit more navy intertwined with this design, it just makes more sense, and the black was just a little harsh with the other ones. But I think these are super cute and fun and loud and vibrant, and they're just very reminiscent of back in the day and just starting out, and me and my customers coming up with crazy things. And the thing is, we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have inspiration. It was like, okay, what can I do? What do you want to do? What do you want to try? And we just figured it out. And this girl came in and she was just like, you know, I want a little bit like freestyle. And honestly, I did this design because this was the only designs that I knew how to do. So when she asked me to freestyle, like leopard was my thing. So I was just getting into leopard. That's why you see a lot of leopard on here. People were coming in for me for like the abstract art. So I wanted to do something like that. And I love doing dots. And I was just like learning with zebra a little bit, like the lips, the bow, like these were the only things I knew how to do. So I just freestyled. Literally, I said, I'm gonna do a little bit of everything I know how to do on this girl's nails. So anyway, that being said, it was fun. Let me know if you like more videos like this, where I am taking old pictures that Facebook is reminding me of how old I am and how long I've been doing nails, and recreate them. So leave me a comment down below, like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.